So this is our lecture 15. Already we have dealt in the previous class about oogenesis. So let's see about the hormonal control of the female reproductive cycle. See, I hope you know that females that upon reaching sexual maturity, the females start producing gametes. And the difference in the females producing gamete and the males producing gamete is that in case of the males, this production is continuous, but in case of females, this production is in a cyclic manner. Every month a female produces one ovum, either from the if she produces one ovum from the right ovary in 1 month, then in the next month she will produce ovum from the another ovary. Like this, it goes on in a cyclic manner, and at some times cases may happen where both the ovary are releasing eggs in a month. So those cases we will see, but generally what happens, that is what happens. Now if you look at the cycle is of around 28 to 29 days, and in every month one egg is released. Fine. Now this happens in a cyclic manner. See, ovulation occurs after the growth of the endometrium has thickened and ready to implant the embryo. If pregnancy doesn't happen, then what happens? Your uterine lining is sloughed off. This shedding of endometrium that occurs in the form of a flow of blood from cervix and vagina is known as what? Menstruation. Okay, that is your menstrual cycle, and this event is happening in a cyclic manner, and therefore we call it as what? We call it as a menstrual cycle, or you can also call it as what? Uterine cycle. Cycle also you can call it. Fine. Now what do you find that see, there is a hormonal link, okay, that is basically linking your ovary cycle. That is, we have discussed in the previous class about the growth of your follicles from primary to Graafian follicles and their release, their ovulation, isn't it? So there is a hormonal activity which is linking your ovarian cycle and your uterine cycle. So let's see that. Now let us look at this diagram. This is your what? This picture is showing you what? Uterine cycle, isn't it? This is the period which is showing you that menstrual cycle is running, which is about 1 to 5 days, isn't it? Now we will discuss each of them. First we will see the hormonal regulation. Okay, so this is your uterine cycle, okay, or you can say menstrual cycle. Then this is your what? It's showing you hormones and about the amount of hormone in your blood, and this is showing you what? Ovarian cycle, what is happening in the ovary, and this is about your pituitary hormone, level of pituitary hormones in your blood. Okay, now let us begin with first, that is your GnRH. I hope you know what is GnRH. GnRH. What is GnRH? GnRH is your gonadotropin releasing hormone, which is released from where? From your hypothalamus. So when there is very low level of estrogen, then what happens in the body? GnRH releases from the hypothalamus, releases GnRH, which acts where? On your pituitary, anterior pituitary, and it causes the release of two hormones, that is follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. And these hormones, and during this cycle, this is what is happening during this is the period of follicular development which we have discussed earlier. You can see from primary follicle to Graafian follicle development is taking place. And while that development is taking place, just look at the level of estrogen. Initially it was low, then with the growth of the follicles, what has happened? Your entire atrium is containing what? Estrogen and progesterone, isn't it? They contain these hormones, okay? Mostly estrogen is high at this time, you can see. And when estrogen and progesterone, they act together, okay? When they act together, their effect is more. Even small amount of progesterone along with estrogen can produce a very great effect. And during this time, you can also relate. See, as the peak of estrogen is there is also the peak of LH, and is happening, isn't it? So LH and FSH peak is also there when these hormones are high, especially your estrogen, because estrogen is what doing? It is acting on your pituitary to release more and more of LH and FSH. So you can see here it's a positive kind of regulation. So at here, when the LH level is very high, then what is happening? Your ovulation has taken place. So this ovum is being trapped up by your fimbriae, isn't it? By your oviduct, and it will be taken up by your oviduct, isn't it? By your uterine tube. Now, during this time, what is happening? This is we also call it as what? Follicular phase, which is happening in your ovarian cycle, and we call it as what? Proliferative phase. Proliferative phase of what? Of your uterine cycle. Okay? So, your uterine cycle is what? They are allowing the endometrium to grow. Fine? And after that, after ovulation, what is happening? This Graafian follicle, the part that is left, it forms what? It forms your corpus luteum. And corpus luteum is a source of what? Progesterone and estrogen both. And during this time, fine, you can see what is happening. Your uterine membrane is what? It is growing in size, isn't it? It's a secretory phase. During this luteal phase, when the level of both these hormones are high, what they do? They act as a negative feedback on the secretion of your FSH and LH. See, when there is only estrogen level high, then it is stimulating the release of LH and FSH. But when both these hormones are at high level, then what is happening? Your FSH and LH levels are low. And when there is no signal for implantation, then their level, what happens? You can see here in ovary, what is happening? Your corpus luteum is disintegrating. So level of estrogen and progesterone is what? It's going down. When they go so down, then what happens? This negative feedback at high levels, it goes off, and again your GnRH is being released from the hypothalamus, and it acts on anterior pituitary. I would like to bring your attention, look at this, when this level goes too down of estrogen and progesterone, and you can see here this corpus luteum is also disintegrating. When this level goes down, what happens? This is the phase of your menstrual flow phase, and this is day 1, which is being counted from where your uterine starts shedding. Okay, so from day 1 we begin with that, and then till 5th day it goes, this ball disintegrates, and then we start with the follicular phase. And on the 14th day, you can see there is ovulation is happening, isn't it? And when this level of hormone goes too down, okay, and after menses, you find what? That again your GnRH releases from the hypothalamus, and it activates your posterior pituitary to release LH and FSH, and again the cycle begins. Fine. And we know that females, they menopause after a period of 50. That is, they stop producing eggs after the age of 45 to 50, and that is termed as what? Menopause. So females, they are not reproductively active throughout their life. See, there is another category which you have read in the previous chapter about estrus cycle. So I would like all of you to do research work on estrus cycle. Okay, thanks.